Hey everybody, hope you're doing well and keeping safe and healthy, and welcome back to the Warhorse Gaming channel. Today we're going to do something a little different from our normal gaming videos. We're going to talk about how to separate desktop audio from Discord in OBS, and also talk about how to record in separate tracks so that you have more versatility and control over your volume when you're making videos. So what we're going to do in this video is show you step by step how to set this up to make all that happen. So let me first show you what happens if you don't split your audio tracks and you record something that you want to turn into a video. What I've done here is I've pulled in one of my recordings of a gaming video that I made. And as you can see, when you pull it into your video editing software, you end up with something that has two tracks in it. Now, anybody who's done any video editing up to this point knows exactly what they're seeing. The top track here is your video track, and the bottom track is your audio track. The thing to remember here is that your audio track is a conglomerate mix of everything you can hear, which means you're talking about your Discord sounds, you're talking about your desktop sounds or game sounds, and your microphone all mixed into one track. Now what we want is something that looks more like this. Now the reason this is better is because now you have two audio tracks. What we've done is separated the game sounds from the Discord and the microphone sounds. Once you do this, you'll have much greater audio control. You can adjust volume, you can cut, you can add music, you can do all kinds of things. So multi-tracking your audio is definitely the way to go. So now that we've talked a little bit about why this is a good way to record things, let's go through the step-by-step process of setting it up. Now this is the same setup that I have on my computer, and it's the same one that I put on my friend's computer. Both of them work perfectly. Now I can't guarantee that this will work for everybody, but it works for both of us and it'll probably work for you. So follow closely and it should work fine. So the first thing you want to do is you want to go online to VB Audio software and download VoiceMeeter Banana and then install it on your computer. Now you can see from the video you can get this in a couple different packages. One comes in a zip file and the other comes in an exe file. Now there's two different versions of VoiceMeeter. One is the regular version and one is Banana. Now Banana is the advanced version and that's the one you want to pick up. The best part is that both are absolutely free. And I'll make sure to leave a link in the description below. So after you get it downloaded, it'll ask you to install it and then you'll have to restart your computer. Now once that's done, you're going to want to take it and pin it to the taskbar. Now if you're not too sure how to do that, just look at the lower left corner of your screen and left click on the Windows icon down there. Then just type in VAIO on your keyboard and you'll see the VoiceMeeter icon appear in that list. So just right click on that icon and you'll see that you can pin it to taskbar. So go ahead and do that. The reason you want to pin it to your taskbar is because once we finish this setup, VoiceMeeter Banana is going to become your default sound app and will control your computer sound. So from then on, whenever you log into your computer, you're going to need to click the VB icon in the taskbar to start the app and get your sound working. So having it right there in your taskbar will make this one-click process really simple. Okay, so go ahead and minimize VoiceMeeter for now and we'll come back to it shortly and finish setting it up. So now that we've got the program we need to get our sound where we want it, let's start changing the settings. Now, one thing to think about is that it's also a good idea before you start changing things to write down what your current audio settings are or to take pictures of them on your phone in case you ever need to put them back to what they were when you first started all this. Okay, with that being said, first up on the list is the Sound Manager. Now, the Sound Manager is where you set your computer's default audio program and audio devices to what you'd like them to be as you use your computer. And so now that you've downloaded and installed VoiceMeeter Banana, we want to make it our default program for our audio device and default communication device. To do that, we first want to open the Sound Manager on your computer. Now there's several ways to do that and I'll go over a couple of them. The first way is to click on the hidden icon arrow at the lower right corner of your desktop and your default audio manager program icon. Mine is the Realtek HD Audio Manager. Yours might be a little different. Now right click on the speaker icon and then right click on audio devices. Another way is to go through the control panel. I have the control panel icon pinned to my taskbar, so that's the method that I use to get there. So after I open the control panel, I then click on hardware and sound. Next I click on sound and we're there. Now this box is where we want to make our first audio setting changes. So now go ahead and scroll down to the bottom to where you see VoiceMeeter Input and VoiceMeeter Aux Input. As you can see from the video, the VoiceMeeter Input has a green check mark by it and the VoiceMeeter Aux Input has a green telephone by it. If you look close, the green check mark means the default device and the green telephone means the default communications device. What you want to do is set yours up exactly like this. So right click on the VoiceMeeter Input and change it to default device, and then right click on the VoiceMeeter Aux Input and change it to default communications device. So once you're done in the playback tab, click on the recording tab and do the exact same thing. The only difference in the recording tab is that one will say VoiceMeeter Output and the other will say VoiceMeter Aux Output. So make the output the default device and the aux output the default communications device. Then hit apply and then OK, and you're done with the sound manager. So next we need to set up VoiceMeeter Banana. So go ahead and reopen your program by clicking on the icon in the taskbar at the bottom of your screen. So the first thing we want to look at are the two virtual inputs in the middle of the meter. One is labeled VoiceMeeter VAIO and the other is labeled VoiceMeeter Aux. We want to change the name of these to something a little more recognizable, so right click above where it says VoiceMeeter VAIO and change the name of it to Desktop In. Then you want to do the same thing on the other side where it says VoiceMeeter Aux and change the name of that to Discord. So what we've done is just created two separate channels that we can route audio through. And as you can see from the labels, one's going to be incoming desktop sounds and the other one's going to be incoming Discord sounds. The next thing you want to do is move down and highlight the A1 and A2 output buttons on both the desktop in channel and the Discord channel. So highlighting or turning on the A1 and A2 buttons for these channels means that now all sound that comes through these channels will be routed to the A1 and the A2 hardware output, which are located in the upper right part of the voice meter. Now these two hardware outputs will be assigned to your headset earphones and your external speakers. So if you haven't already, go ahead and assign hardware output A1 to your headphones and A2 to your external speakers. And always use the WDM settings, they have the best quality sound. Next you want to move down and highlight or turn on the B1 and the B2 button for both the desktop in and the Discord channel. Turning on the B1 and the B2 button allows VoiceMeeter to send out the audio from both channels to an external source like OBS. And for your last setting change, you want to move to the right side of VoiceMeeter to Input 1, right-click on it and change the setting to your headset microphone. Once again using WDM setting and turning on the B1 and the B2 button. Now one last thing to know about VoiceMeeter is that if you want to change from your headphones to your earphones, or from channel A1 to A2, all you have to do is go down to the master section and click a mute button. In my case, A1 are my headphones and A2 are my external speakers. So if I want to just listen to my headphones, I mute A2 in the master section. If I want to listen to my speakers only, I mute A1. So let's do the easiest of all to set up next, which is Discord. So to get your Discord set up, all you have to do is open the program and then go down to the little cogwheel in the lower left part of the screen. Right-click on it and then go to Voice and Video. Click on that and then go up to where it says Input Device. Click the drop-down menu and change your input device to whatever microphone you're using, whether it's a headset mic or an individual mic. Next, move over to Output Device. Hit the drop-down menu and change your output device to VoiceMeeter Aux Input VB Audio VAIO. Now changing your output device to an input device might seem a little strange, but that's how it works. That's why trying to set this up can get really confusing really quickly, because what you think would be the obvious choice to pick is the opposite of what you should pick. And that's it for Discord. Just restart the program and it's ready to go. So moving on, the next thing we need to set up is OBS Studio. As you can see from the video, my audio mixer has 3 different channels in it: desktop audio, Discord, and mic aux. And then over my sources, I have display capture and game capture. So this is the point where everything that we've done previous to now will pay off, because after all the setup we've just done, we'll now be able to individually set up all the sound in 3 different channels. So now click on the Settings tab on the right side of the screen and then go to Audio. So click on the Audio tab and you'll see Devices. Now there's 3 different settings here that you have to get right. The first setting is Desktop Audio. Make sure you change that to VoiceMeeter Input VAIO. Then go to Desktop Audio 2 and change that to VoiceMeeter Aux Input VAIO. And the third one is Mic Auxiliary Audio. Make sure you change that to your headset microphone or whatever microphone you're using. Then go down and hit apply. Now go up and click on output. At the top of the screen, you'll see output mode. Change that from simple to advanced. Then click on the recording tab. There's a few things you're going to want to change here in order to get multi-track recording. First of all, you want to change your recording format to one that will support multi-track recordings. I use MP4. Now go to audio track and check the first two boxes only. Now the next setting is encoder, and this is going to depend on what kind of graphics card you're using in your computer. Mine's an NVIDIA GeForce 1070. So the encoder that works best for me is the NVIDIA NVEC H265 New. If you have a newer video card, this will probably work best for you too. Now my rescale output is already set at 1920 1080, so depending on how new your computer is, you're going to want to try to adjust that to get the best picture you can. I have my rate control set at CBR, and I have my bit rate set at 5000 kps. Now the bit rate's also going to depend on how new your computer is, so you might want to test that back and forth, because the higher the bit rate, the harder it's going to be on your computer. If you have a new computer and new graphics card or newer, that should be no problem for you. Then I go down to preset, and I have mine at max quality. Profile is high and max B frames is 2. I have 0 in the GPU slot. One thing you might think about doing is also changing your recording path there, because finding the files is easier if you put them on your desktop. And don't forget to hit apply when you're done adjusting the settings. So now I'll go up and click on the audio tab. So to make it easier to see what's what in your audio mixer, you want to give the first 3 tracks a name. And it's easier to keep up with which one's which when you're adjusting some of the other settings. And once again, hit apply when you're done. Now the last thing we're going to need to adjust in OBS are your advanced audio properties. To do this, we need to go to the audio mixer and click on the little cogwheel to the right of the desktop audio track. Then click on Advanced Audio Properties. A new window will pop up showing the audio tracks that you created. All we're going to need to do here is tell OBS where to send the sound from each of these audio tracks. Since we want desktop audio to be on a track all by itself, click number 1 only on that first track. This will give us a clean game audio without any voices from Discord or any voices from your microphone. Next, we want to put Discord and your microphone sounds on the same track. So on the Discord track, click number 2 only. And then on the mic track, click only 2 and 3. What that will do is give you a mix of your microphone and Discord in a separate track by itself from game audio. It will also allow you to mute Discord in OBS so that when you make your recordings, you won't hear anything from your mic or from Discord and just get a clean game sound. So by setting up your computer this way, you'll not only be able to separate the tracks so that you can get clean game sound recordings without a mix of Discord or your microphone, you'll also be able to listen to the things you want to listen to in your headphones and not record them at the same time in OBS. It's really a win-win for recording and streaming. And now the final thing we have to adjust, the Windows Advanced Sound Options. Now this sound option control panel is a recent add-on from Microsoft for Windows 10. Now what this thing does is it allows you to go in and individually set on different programs what audio device that you want to use for it as a default. In most cases, it'll automatically pick the default device for you, and since we've changed our default device to VoiceMeeter Banana, it's going to set most everything to that default device, which won't work for Discord. So we're going to need to go in and change the setting to make it work for us. Now to open up these sound options, we need to click on the little speaker in the lower right corner of the desktop. Then we need to click on Open Sound Settings. Now the screen that pops up shows you your default input and output sources. This is one of the parts that confuses people because the input is the VoiceMeeter output and the output is the VoiceMeeter input. But no fear, it's right, it just looks weird. So now scroll down the page until you see Advanced Sound Options. Right click where it says App Volume and Device Preferences. So make sure you have your Discord open and then go to the output setting and change it to VoiceMeeter aux input, and your input setting change it to headset microphone or whatever microphone you're using. And that's it. You're all set up. So do some test recordings and make sure that your audio is tracked into 2 separate tracks. I hope this video has been a help to anybody who's having trouble with this. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I'm TAC50 and I'll catch you in the next one. Well, that's going to do it for us today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video and thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and be sure to click the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future videos. Take care, and we'll see you in the next one.